In the peaceful Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve lived freely under God's loving care. Yet, there was one tree, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, that God had warned them not to touch. Its fruit held a secret power, a boundary set to protect them from harm. But in the shadows of the garden, a crafty serpent appeared, more cunning than any other creature God had made. The serpent approached Eve with gentle words, asking, "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" Eve replied, "We may eat fruit from the trees in the garden, but God said we must not eat from the tree in the middle of the garden, or we will die." The serpent smiled slyly and said, "You will not surely die. God knows that when you eat it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." Tempted by these words, Eve looked at the tree. Its fruit was beautiful and inviting, shining with colors that seemed to promise wisdom and power. She reached out and took a bite. Then she gave some to Adam, who also ate. Immediately their eyes were opened. They saw the world differently. They realized they were naked and felt shame for the first time. Quickly, they sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves and hid from God's presence. When God walked in the garden, calling for Adam and Eve, they trembled and hid. God asked, "Where are you?" Adam replied, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." God asked, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree I commanded you not to eat?" Adam blamed Eve, saying, "The woman you put here with me, she gave me the fruit, and I ate." Eve in turn said, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate." God then spoke to the serpent, the woman, and Adam, declaring the consequences of their choices. The serpent was cursed to crawl on its belly and be at odds with humanity. Eve was told she would experience pain in childbirth, and her desire would be for her husband. Adam was told that the ground would be cursed because of him, and he would toil and struggle for food all his days. God made garments of skin to clothe Adam and Eve, a sign of both care and the cost of their disobedience. Finally, Adam and Eve were sent out of the Garden of Eden, barred from the tree of life, to begin a life marked by struggle, but also by hope. Though the perfect world had changed, God's love remained, a promise that one day restoration would come.